Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Today, we are going to share a story of the transformation of a student innovator to a student entrepreneur. He began exploring robotics when he was in grade 5. Unlike others, his area of passion was technology, particularly robots. The first robot he ever built was made of cardboard, and his real journey started when he wanted his robot to move. And the rest is history. This intriguing and fascinating innovator is Aniket Kakade from Yavatmal. Let's meet Aniket and know more about his inspiring journey from the man himself. Hi Aniket, welcome to our program Changemakers. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much to the Ministry of Education and the Institute of Innovation Cell for inviting me and for giving this opportunity. I'm really grateful for that. Thank you.
So Aniket, your story, your journey is very intriguing, very interesting, and we would like to know more about it. So please begin by telling us what made you dabble in technology while the other kids of your age at that particular point of time were playing games and playing with toys.
Well, my journey started when I was in class fourth. Means I was 9 years old, and from that age I was curious about technology and specifically about computers. So I wanted to learn how to use a computer and what we can do in a computer about programming and robotics. And at that time I started to learn about computers. So basically I joined a simple institute in my area to about a computer course. And then somehow I get to know about robotics. Means it was the summer vacations, and I was playing with my friends, and somehow we decided that we should make something a robot, uh, or any other idea we could build, like a remote control car or maybe a robot. And somehow we were three friends. I was one of them, and we decided to make any work on any idea. And at that time, we collected cardboards, buy some motors and LEDs, and try to build something by our own. And somehow we created a cardboard robot. And the question was in front of us, like how we can make this robot to move, to act like a human. And we just connected the motors at the foot of that, means at the bottom of the robot. And obviously जब हम मोटर को नीचे कनेक्ट किया तो वो रोबोट fell down. And with this problem I asked my father that why this robot means is not working properly. And then I get to know about that there is something concept called gravity. I was in at that time fifth class. So that's how I started my journey. My father introduced to me, I participated in various workshops, robotic workshops in engineering colleges. But this was a very difficult journey for me because at that time I have to do a struggle uh, to learn anything about robotics or about new technology. I came from a background like Yavatmal, from a location from Yavatmal, where there is no awareness about technology and innovation. And at the age when I started learning about these things like robotics and innovation, no institute or an engineering college was allowing me to learn this thing. That they used to say यार अभी तुम्हारी उम्र बहुत कम है, तुम ये बाद में सीख लेना. But somehow I requested them, and I participated in workshops, robotics workshops of engineering colleges. And from there, I learn about robotics. What is means from very basic. What is a breadboard? What is a resistor? What are transistors? How we can code in a microprocessor. So that from basic things, I built a robot, voice controlled robot, which was operated on Android mobile, and we just have to give a voice commands to that robot, and it can do the things which we want. So at first, that robot which I built from doing the workshops, that was basically a four-wheel vehicle which was operated on Android mobile. But the thing was like I wanted to make it functional, means like कुछ application होना चाहिए इस robot का कि मैं उसे कहीं use कर सकूँ. And at that time I read news in the newspaper about the farmers death. मीन्स यवतमाल और विदर्भ रीजन से मैं आता हूँ, और वहाँ पे फार्मर्स को बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द केमिकल्स एंड इंसेक्टिसाइड्स दे स्प्रे, and they spray it manually, and because of that direct contact with the chemicals.
Okay,
uh,
Aniket, we'll go there later. We'll just take a progression. Your innovation journey, we'll talk about that a little later, right?
okay.
So right now, I'd like to know more about that stage, that age when you were like 5 or 4, and you were like getting into knowing things and discovering things, and later on you will of course go on to invent things also. So that age is such that nobody really takes you very seriously. So moving through, navigating through those labyrinth of those technology areas, or talking to such people becomes really difficult because of your age. As you mentioned earlier, also people don't really take you very seriously. So how did you manage that? Did you get disheartened, or did you? How did you cope with it?
Well, yeah, I used to get disheartened by the reactions that what people used to say, like आपकी अभी उम्र बहुत कम है and you cannot do all these things, you can do it later, you just focus on the studies and all. But uh, there was one thing which is means which unique makes me there is one thing which make me to do all these things, and to do it very passionately, was the curiosity to learn new things, curiosity to explore. And that's how I manage all the things. And most importantly, my parents were also the plays an important role, because my father always gave me the freedom to learn what you want, and that's how I manage all those things to learn robotics and technology from the region I came.
So I'd like to remain in that age for a little more time. Tell me what all other things that you worked upon, or all your innovation activities at that age with your friend groups, and all others.
Well, first project which I built was an agroyan, agricultural robot. As I mentioned, it was a mobile operated robot used to spray the chemicals and insecticides in the farm. And I received the national level awards for it, and the national level means national level APJ Abdul Kalam Award, Atal Student Innovator Award, and many other accolades, like my news also got published in a BBC Youth Ki Awaaz Doordarshan. And one more thing was, in the COVID time, I built a project called Sanato. Means I added a functionality to the Agroyan project, which I built earlier, which was used to spray the or used for the sanitation purpose in the COVID affected area, where the people cannot go and spray the sanitizers to prevent the COVID. So these were the two innovations which I worked, and that somehow then I started my journey as an entrepreneur after that.
So while you were going through all these innovations and trying to make a difference through your acquired knowledge, I mean, I guess Atal Tinkering Lab made a significant difference, or made a good contribution to the all the work that you've been doing there. So tell us something about that particular phase.
Well, Atal Innovation Mission has means there was a Atal Tinkering Lab in our school, but unfortunately, means I was in at that time I was in tenth class, so I don't get to opportunity to use Atal Tinkering Labs. But there were some other opportunities by Atal Innovation Mission, was Atal Student Innovator Award, and I participated in it, and somehow I got that award and other opportunities to participate in other competitions, get a support for Atal Innovation Missions. Like my story was published on the Atal Wall of Fame, and the that's how Atal Innovation helps me to connect with the new technology and learn other things about technology.
Okay, great. So that really helped you quite a bit. So before we move on further and try to know your work as an innovator and as an entrepreneur, I just want to go through one thing very briefly. Like, what do you think about the research and innovation support that is there for the students of school level?
Well, I came from a looking means Yavatmal. I came from Yavatmal, where there is no awareness about technology and innovation. And students like me, those who are actually want to learn new things, have to struggle a lot to if they want to learn any new technology, because there are no such resources available over here. If I want to learn even a basic thing about computers or programming, then I have to go online or to any other city to learn all those things. So I believe that the research or innovation should be implemented at a grassroots level, with the students who belong to a backward region or from the grassroots level, their innovative ideas should get an opportunity, that their ideas should be implemented into a product. They should also get to know about what is intellectual property rights, how you can convert your product into a prototype into a product, what is a startup. So at grassroots level, innovation and research and innovation, the awareness about should be created.
So, all that you said just now, but which you look forward to, which you think should be there, is actually very soon going to happen in form of innovation centers, which is initiative of AICT and MIC. So, this is something which is going to happen in all the innovation centers where an innovator is handheld, and all these his needs are taken care of, and technology support or startup support or patenting support, all this would be provided. So, what do you think that kind of a setup is going to make difference to people like you and innovators like you?
Definitely, I think like, um, well, I believe that students like me from the grassroots level, from where I came from, it will definitely help the students to learn new things, and most importantly, that each and every student like me, I always wanted to contribute something towards my society, and I do it by developing projects, working on new ideas, and organizing competitions for the students. And the Institute of Innovation Cell, whatever the activities and initiatives they will taking at the grassroots level, definitely help the students to learn things and to how they can contribute towards the society through innovation, through research, and by working on different projects and ideas, and most importantly, that how they can utilize their knowledge to solve the real world problems, real life problems. That's most important thing, and I think it will help the students in that way.
Great. So, Aniket, I would recommend you to get in touch with one of the nearest innovation centers and get cracking. And that's really going to take you further than where you are right now. So now let us come back to your entrepreneurial journey. When did innovator turn into an entrepreneur, and how did this transformation happen?
So as I earlier mentioned, that I used to face challenges because of my age, and as I come from a backward region and there was lack of resources. But still, I somehow get to manage, and I learn all those things and achieve a lot many awards in the at the national and state level. Got an opportunity to work at IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi. Got Inspire Award. But what I realized that there are a lot many students like me in my region or all over India, that those who want to contribute something towards society, but because of the lack of resources, that lack of awareness about innovation and technology, the students are not getting that opportunity. And when I opportunity, so that's how I decided that I should start an organization where the students will work for the students. It's a group of students, those who are working in innovation sector. We will work for the students, those who are not getting that much opportunity, and we will provide the resources and organize competitions and create opportunities for them. So that's how I started my entrepreneur journey back in 2017 when I was in seventh class. So actually, I started to learn coding at that time, and I write down the first line of code of HTML, means basic website development. And I wanted that कि मैं इस वेबसाइट को गूगल पे पब्लिश करूँ कि कोई भी इसे अगर इसे सर्च करे तो ये कि कोई भी इसे एक्सेस कर सके. And at that time, I keep the name of my website as Infosys.in, and that's how the Infosys name was started for my organization. And from there, I started working on different projects under the name of Infosys, and I organized the competitions. Like in the COVID time, I organized a competition called Innovative Interview Competition for the students of 5th to 12th, where they take interviews of their parents, grandparents, and teachers, so that they could it would help them to build their communication skill, how you can take an interview, and all about the personality overall development. And one more competition which was in space contest for to awareness about the astronomy and innovation among the students. And one more thing which I'd like to talk specifically about the pen bank, which was the initiative that I started in when I was in class 12 under my organization. So under the paint bank, we built a team of the students, and what we used to do, we used to collect the waste paints from the schools, and we used to collect them and we used to then transfer. Miss Pain Bank is basically an initiative where we set up pain banks in the schools, where the students have to drop their used pens, and then these used pens we used to collect at the end of the month, and then used to think on it that how we can recycle it, how you can reuse that pen. So that's are some of the activities which I organize under my organization, and that's how I started my entrepreneurship journey. And as I look at the problem that as a students we are facing, lack of awareness about innovation and technology, and I'm continuously working on it and definitely work in the future.
So you are picking out problems in the areas pertaining to students around you, and you're trying to provide solutions through your platform. So great. So tell me something, about the monetization part. Have you been able to commercialize it also? Is it making money also, or it is just at a social level right now?
Well, I cannot say I've monetized it, but I started with an investment, means like whatever the cash prizes and prize money which I achieved and received in my various competitions. I started with that investment, all the competition I organized. Then I used to take the entry fees for the competitions which I organized from the students, and from that money I used to organize another competition. So it's not monetized,
Hmm.
but the money which I receive from the competitions and the activities I organize, I invest to organize another competitions and activities for the students.
You were able to create a self-sustaining platform for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So great. So there's another very notable thing which you mentioned briefly earlier about working in the agricultural sector with the farming sector. You did something in that area also. So that is something which I would like to hear from you.
Well, in the agricultural sector, as I mentioned, I built a project called AgroYan, and it was used to spray the chemicals like insecticides and pesticides in the farm, because it is a very serious issue in the Vidarbha region. The farmers have been faced many challenges because of that manual chemical spraying. Uh, Means most of the farmers have been died because of that chemical spraying, and most important reason was the manual chemical spraying. And I somehow recognized and observed that problem, that this need to be solved. And when I built that robot, which I learned all as I mentioned about from the workshops, I thought I should add this application to this my robot of chemical spraying, and that's how I started my journey in the agricultural sector and try to solve the problems in the agricultural sector. So I first built that project, and I wanted that this prototype whatever I have built, I want that कि ये project actual में farm में कभी इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए किसी farmer के द्वारा. और ये करने के लिए मुझे realize हुआ कि मैं exhibitions में participate कर सकता हूँ, and I get to know about the Inspire exhibition, which is organized by the government of India, central government, and Department of Science and Technology. And that's how I learned in that process of exhibition from district, state, and national, and presenting at IITs, that there is a process that where we can convert a prototype into product, in which the intellectual property rights, means patenting is also involved. I got published my patent for that project. Then I do testing, means like I visited the in-house farming sites. I actually interviewed the farmers in my region that how I can solve this problem. And after testing and all, I am working on that project, that definitely in the near future I will introduce the project into the farms, and will be utilized by the farmers.
Okay, so I think it's wonderful work, and I hope and I pray that very soon it reaches the farmers and they start making best use of it. So, in your view, how much help will the community get from all the initiatives that you've taken? What impact will it have on the community at large?
Well, my vision to start an organization and to organizing this competition just is like to create awareness about innovation and technology. And the most important and impact I would like to think like students like me, or those who want to contribute something towards society, want to learn new things. The most important thing is like we as a student, whatever the knowledge we are acquiring, whatever the what we are learning, we need to utilize that knowledge to solve the real life problems. So that's how, and actually the entrepreneurship journey or any organization started. Means even if I started my journey as an entrepreneur and innovator, मैंने एक पहले problem को observe किया, that was the in the agricultural sector. But whatever the knowledge I have, I utilize that knowledge to solve that problem. And this is the important thing as a student everyone should acquire, कि मैं अपने knowledge को किसी problem को solve करने के लिए utilize करूँ. And this is the biggest impact I would say that all the initiatives that I am taking. मेरा vision यही है कि एक student the knowledge का इस्तेमाल करके किसी real life problem को solve करे, and that's how they will continue their journey.
Wonderful, Aniket. That's a very wonderful view to have, a very wonderful vision to have, and I'm sure you'll achieve that one day. But that one day, when is that going to come? That is what I'm a little curious about. So, where do you see yourself? Maybe 2 years down the line, or in the future, where do you see yourself? When would you start actually coming onto the field and making actual difference on the field? Your ideas are great; they are very much implementable. So, when do we see them in practice? How soon can we see that? Your future plans?
Well, if I talk about the initiatives as I mentioned, I've also helped the students, and there are a few of the students who are working in the innovation sector. As when I organize all these competitions, they connected with me and they are participating in the exhibitions which I also participate. And few of the innovations are currently the students are working on innovations. And in the near future, my aim is like to first of all target all Maharashtra, implement these ideas and innovation in initiatives and organize the competitions and all ideas at the Maharashtra state level. Then moving forward, I will continue my journey at the national level.
So great, Aniket. Thanks for coming today and talking to us. And I wish you all the best, and all those dreams of yours, plans of yours may fructify in the very near future. So all the best for your future journey, Aniket. Thanks a lot for joining today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The story of Aniket underlines that you will encounter challenges and opportunities along the way. The key is to keep your eyes and ears open and your brain turned on. If you do that, you will be in a position to capitalize on the opportunities and to solve the hardest of challenges. And that can make a difference to humanity. With this, I would sign off for now, hoping that journey of Aniket will be an inspiration for our young minds. Goodbye.